from the person. So we have, for example, this other part, the fluency. What does real
Yes.
fluency means or actually look like beyond perfect grammar? What is that real fluency?
Yes. Okay. That's a good one. From my experience, fluency is when you have the enough tools
Mhm.
to say what you want. Yes. So once again, it's something that you have to build. Fluency needs practice, and you build it. And how do you build your fluency? Well, first of all, study. And it's when you see your progress, you say, oh my God, I can do this. Okay, it's
Mhm.
working. And that's the moment when you realize that it's possible, that you have a possibility to express in another language. So fluency arrives when study, consistency, and when you know that making mistakes are okay, when those all the components blend, fluency starts to work or
Yeah.
fluency appears. Yes. So fluency appears also when your brain says, I'm okay to say this. I know what I would like to say. And I have the words almost in autopilot
Mhm.
to arm or build a sentence. And I know maybe it could not be perfect, yes, but because we make mistakes in our own language, mother tongue, in our mother tongue language. So that fluency is when it arrives. It's a component with confidence, practice, studying, and you have to try to be surrounded of the language. Yes. It's not just the ability or just input, not just the skill of listening, also the skill of practicing speaking all the time as much as you can. Yes. So fluency arrives when all those components together is like a recipe.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's
We
like
have
a
all the components
mixability.
together. A mixability, of course. Yes, of course.
Beautiful.
Yes, and we practice fluency, but it's not just speaking. It's not putting some words. It's thinking about the way that you would like to say your message. Yes.
Mhm.
So it's putting all the things in order to make it sound clear. Yes. So sometimes when I have students that they say, okay, Marina, I would like to sound like a native. And that's perfectly okay. Yes, if you want and if you would like, why not? Why you cannot practice? It's
Go for it.
okay.
Yeah.
But but please, you have to bear in mind that it requires a lot of work, a lot of study. Of course, you can do that, but don't feel frustrated because frustrations could appear there. And frustration is not the thing that we want here. We want our brain to work under pressure. And you have to handle there, yes, you have to know that frustration could appear. It's okay, but come on, that it's something, frustration, you have to have in mind that frustration maybe appears, but it's not something that would stop you. Please don't stop. Continue, continue, practice. Yes, continue and
Exactly.
practice.
That's the key. Just keep doing, keep going. And this is actually this is a question that I would like to ask you because it addresses specifically to professionals. You have a professional in
Mhm.
front of you. What mindset shift does that professional need to finally move from hesitation to flow?
The willing to communicate.
うん
Yes. So once again, it's okay to sound solid, to want to feel sound confident. But the main thing is that you need to communicate. You need, yes, to land your message. How is going to land you're going to land your message? Yes, it's not about perfection, it's about communication. So that's what I would suggest. Yes, so try. Your goal is to communicate what you have to say to your team, what you would like to know about your team, if you would like to ask. So that it's what you move, yes, to say, okay, I'm not perfect, but I know what I need to say. So come on, it's communication once again. Of course that you can prepare. If you prepare, it's perfectly okay. You need to prepare for that moment. But of course, if you need to improvise, because questions could arrive and some problems could pop up there, okay. Well, once again, it's focus. What you want to say, try to make it simple. Yes, because in that moment you are under pressure. It's not your
Exactly.
comfort zone, but you have to handle that.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the one. And now, if someone listening to us right now feels stuck,
Yeah.
what is the one thing
Mhm.
they should start doing immediately? From your expertise, what should they start
Okay.
doing immediately?
Yes. The first thing would be, once again, is not the lack of knowledge. You have to know it's not the lack of knowledge. It's about the exposure, the mindset, and feeling exposed. Okay, you know that. What about next? Practice. Practice and try to develop, or try to say, I don't know, if you're alone in front of the mirror right now, talk about something, whatever you want. Okay, what are you doing right now? Yes, so prison is not about the lack of English. It's about the pressure, mindset, and feeling exposed. What to do? Practice speaking skill. It's the output that you need. Yes, you receive input all the time. Okay, practice alone. Speak, train the muscles of your face. Yes, because someone
Good
who is
one.
speaking another language, you have to train the muscles of your face, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. For me, it's quite difficult to speak perfectly French. Yes, because of the sounds. I haven't practiced before the sounds. So maybe one of my students, professionals, would say, Marina, come on, I don't sound intelligent in English. Yes. Well, try to train the muscles of your face, the sounds. Yes. For us, I know the word three and tree, yes, it's complex they are. So well, at first, we practice a lot. Come on, Marina, I'm not going to do that. Yes, they are when we laugh. Yes, it's they are your tongue, your teeth, the mouth. Yes, it's a lot, but well, you can do that. And if we practice the sounds, you can also feel more confident. And if you feel confident, then fluency arrives.
Definitely. Exactly. So now Marina, from Marina, the teacher, the coach, what is
Mhm.
the biggest myth about speaking English that you wish more people would unlearn? Like, stop thinking. What is that myth that you would like to tell people? Hey, stop believing. That's not about English. That's not about learning English. Forget about it. Or speaking English.
Yes,
Any myth that
yes,
comes to your mind.
uh, yes. Just okay. Last week, another student started with me, and he has an intermediate level. And he told me, Marina, I would like to sound like a native. And once again, I say, okay. And why? Because I feel that my English is not good enough. Okay, we can practice a lot, of course. And why? Well, because I want to feel more confident. It's like, oh, he's a native. And what's the problem to be a Spanish speaker trying to learn English? Is that a problem there? What's the problem that an American person and a British person would say, oh, are you from, where are you from? Because of your accent. What's the problem there? You're communicating. So, of course, improve your accent. Okay, fluency, the rhythm. That's great, lovely, that sounds. Why not? But from my perspective, come on, it shouldn't be your goal. Of course, it's great to make it better, to sound better. Yes, that's great. But the goal of perfectionism, sound like a native, it's okay, but if that wouldn't stop you, yes, it, if that goal, it hasn't to be something that stop you, yes. So that's the myth. Okay, my goal here is to sound like a native. So how many months? Okay, yes, of course you can do that. But once again, don't add another thing to stop you. And that when frustration arrives. So you can do that, but try to be flexible. The important thing is to communicate in the best way that you can.
Exactly. All right. So along with this one, because this is one of the myth, and yes, we gotta face it. That's reality. And right now the market is like that. That's the industry. The industry said
Yes.
sometimes too much
Yes.
about that nativism. So if you're a native speaker, that means you
Yes.
are a lot more reliable. So people can actually just trust you more. But who says that? Just an accent, just the pronunciation stuff or something? That's another thing that we've actually discussed in this podcast as well. And I agree with you 100%. I mean, definitely an accent coach can help if you would like to improve your accent. That's not
Of
actually
course.
bad at all. But it
No.
becomes negative when it's portrayed as the final goal of something, because that's not the goal. The goal
Absolutely.
of a language is communication, 100%.
Absolutely. 100%. I couldn't agree more with that. I couldn't agree more with that. Yes. And I speak Italian also. And I know that I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. Yes, in Italian. But I can communicate. And when you travel and you feel that language is a bridge,
Mhm.
it's like, I'm so proud of myself that I can do this. Yes. That
Yes.
experience is fantastic. That's when you realize that communication is the important thing. So when you arrive to another country and you put in practice all the things that you know, and you realize that the language is a bridge that opens door, okay, that's mind blowing. Your
Yes.
brain says, come on, it's great. We could do it. So there you understand that it's not a problem. Yes, that you're not perfect. And of course, when I speak Italian or maybe English, also English, they ask me, where are you from? And it's okay for me. Why it would be something bad? Yes,
Hmm.
come on, I'm speaking another language. That's a lot. That means a lot. I'm
Hmm.
communicating. And in the other part, you have empathy. In general, you have empathy. You say, come on, that's great. Yes.
Yes.
So when you understand that language is a bridge that connects you, that opens door and windows or wherever you want, that open a path there, you experience that moment, you say, yes, that's all that I need. I gain a lot.
True.
Yes. So
Drop in the mic.
you
Exactly.
yeah, you
Exactly.
need to feel that moment. When you understand it's a bridge, that's all that you need.
Yeah.
That's the breaking point in your mindset
Mhm.
that you shift to say, okay, that it was all about communication. I could get my coffee in another language. I could
Exactly.
solve my delay, my airport. I don't know. I am in the airport and I could communicate with the airline and I could understand. So that's all about the bridge
Exactly.
that
Then
you can
definitely.
build with an.
Yeah. And I think you're also part of our club. I would say I'm gonna make a club over here about multilingual teachers because multilingualism is something that is happening right now. This world is so big, but at the same time, I think it's so small that there are many more
Yeah.
students who are able to speak different languages. So they're not actually just going through one path, but they're going through different path, different languages. So
Mm-hmm.
of course their accent will sound totally different, but actually an accent is not a
Of
problem.
course.
And definitely in a professional world, to learn one language, another language, of course, it's how can I put it like it's another achievement in someone's life.
Of course.
And that's a lot. And now, to get to the
Of
final
course.
point in here, what would you tell to every professional who feels not good enough in English? What would you tell them?
Practice, practice, and practice. For me, from my perspective, and as a lifelong learner, it's practice. Believe in yourself that baby steps would lead you to your final goal.
Mhm.
Patient, be patient, be consistent, practice every single day. And those baby steps would lead you to your final goal. So that is my recommendation, my suggestion as I said before, as a lifelong learner, because I'm learning all the time. Yes, it's not like, okay, B1, that's all that I need. No, you keep learning all the time. Yes. So be consistent, baby steps, patient. Yes. And practice every single day. At least, I don't know, you have 3 minutes, 5 minutes, do it, do it. And I'm pretty sure that at 100% you are going to notice your development. You are going to see that you are arriving to the point that you would like.
Amazing. That is
Yeah.
beautiful for the final words of this amazing 1 hour podcast. Wow, 1 hour went so fast. I never thought it was gonna be so
Yeah.
fast.
Wow.
So I'm really
Okay.
happy to have
That's
you here,
great.
Marina.
Thank you for your.
Marina, and how can people contact you? How can professionals contact you,
Okay.
reach you, all your social media platforms? Do you have Instagram, LinkedIn, obviously, maybe X or any other one? How can
Yes, I
people
have
reach you?
LinkedIn. Yes, thank you for that. I have LinkedIn. Yes. So on LinkedIn, you can find me as Marina Mena. Yes, with double N. Yes. And I have an Instagram. It's called Maru in English. Yes. So you put Maru in English, and that's me. Yes. And Marina Mena in LinkedIn. And thank you for your time, of course. And thank you for having me and for this invitation, Mike.
No,
It's been a
thank you.
pleasure to talk with you.
It's been amazing. And thank you
Yes.
very much for being that light, being that light. I'm always actually proud to be talking with wonderful educators worldwide. And even happier right now having another wonderful teacher from Argentina. Argentina, I have it in my heart. I was there. I love Argentina.
Thank you for
Buenos
that.
Aires, beautiful, wonderful teachers, and you are
Thank you.
another one on the list. So I will actually just
Thank you.
hang your all your social media in the comments so people can reach you out. If there's any
Yes.
professional out there who would like to talk to you, well, they can reach you out there. And just one more thing,
Thank
this
you
is
for
your
that.
house. Any other time that you would like to come and join us and present something, you're more than welcome.
Okay, thank you for your time, for your patience. This was my first time on a podcast, and it's been amazing. So thank you. You are so kind, yes, and you make me feel at home. So thank you once again, and thank you for this space, yes, for teachers to express themselves and to bring to the world that we are making a change, yes. So we think different is not like the old school teachers. We
Exactly.
know how to do things different. So thank you for putting that light on us.
Thank you very much, Marina, and until next time.
Okay. Until next time. Bye bye, Mike.
Bye bye.